Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well out there. I'm going to do a reading for the March energy here today, Friday, 27th. So, one more day to go. So, in like a lion and out like a lamb is the old adage about March. And then there's always the Ides of March on the 15th, which has to do with political treachery in Caesar's time. Okay, 3 cards right now for the month of March. What do we got to look forward to? Well, here's the Tower, which means a lot of things being shaken up, revealed, people in power coming down. So probably more of the Epstein stuff, revealing power structures. There'll be more analysis of information. Because Mercury's retrograde, we will be reviewing a lot of our values in life based upon all these new challenges represented by the Tower coming up here around the power structures of the world, the wealthy, the billionaires, whatever. People that control things behind the scenes. And then here comes the government, the Hierophant. And for some reason, I pick up the Pope's going to have a message this month. I think we're going into Easter next month, but I think we're in Lent or something, if I remember. I forget. Catholic stuff. So there will be some kind of announcement coming out of the Vatican. Wonder if he's going to weigh in on, February 18th through the 2nd is Lent, which is a time of fasting and prayer and getting ready for spring. It's a good old practice because you cleanse your body, get ready for spring. Okay, so what will be announced? What is going to be announced? It's going to be about managing the situations, the Two of Pentacles. I wonder if this has anything to do with the stock market, though. It might. But I'm going to say things are being managed. So it could be a message from the Pope, because everyone's thinking about the Epstein files, disclosure of the UFOs, UAPs, the drones. So we got the Hangman here. Things are still being delayed, suspended. Information. But sometimes we need to surrender to the truth, even though it hurts. Perhaps we're seeing how corrupt the world is. It's always been that way, but it's in our faces. Yeah, there's new information about this coming up around the children, the young folks. Something new will be revealed. Perhaps more of them will be giving testimonies. Let's see if I lower this. You can see the cards. Tower, Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Two of Pentacles. The Hangman is about delays or a new perspective or things being withheld, and some new information from the younger folks. Something will be revealed that it could be quite upsetting, the Tower. And it will involve the government and then also the Pope, because that represents both. The Hierophant message from the Pope. Well, he has a message of love and peace with the Ace of Cups. So that's coming up in March, I'm going to say. Week by week, could do that. Let's just see what the what the vibes are for the week, first week. So we've got the eclipse coming up. Eclipse at 12 degrees Virgo. If you're a Virgo, Sag, Pisces, Gemini, you'll be mostly affected by the eclipse, and if you have planets in those signs. So that's coming up the 3rd. But what is significant right now is Uranus going direct, squaring the United States moon and trining Pluto, the United States chart. So that's going to be a big reveal there. All right, first week of March, the eclipse. Let's see how this works out. There's a message for all of us. Some people trying to get away with some kind of plans. 7 of Swords. The Strength card, hang in there, control your emotions, passions. This is a card of perseverance as well. 9 of Pentacles has to do with money, abundance, people that are profiting. Again, the 2 of Pentacles. Something keeps coming up around the money. So if this has to do with the stock market or just the value of the dollar, hang in there. What is this balancing act that's going on with money values? And here's the happy card, 10 of Cups. This must be like just generally that we'll be happy. Happy with what? Again, hidden secrets. The moon card here, not the moon, the high priestess. Not sure what this means. Well, I'll just say something's hidden about some people's benefits or health or well-being. Maybe this 2 of Pentacles has to do with the economy. It's not really abundant, as this card indicates. It's like just like 1 or 2, or it's a smaller value. Having strength and perseverance, and someone's trying to get away with something. Perhaps it's somebody trying to get away with the message about the economy. And there's the Hangman again. Things in suspension. For the U.S., for the world, something is getting revealed about plans or people trying to get away with stuff. But I wanted to just read generally about the energy, what's coming up. It was the first week. Second week. Second week, let's just focus it on the USA. Well, that could have also been the negotiations that are being delayed with Iran. Maybe the Democrats will have some power after all to delay things, maybe. The world is watching. Things are coming to a completion. Cycles of completion. That's what the world card represents. There is some kind of things going around. Second week. Some kind of announcement about some new projects. Page of Pentacles. What's being announced? This card also represents like a new learning. The apprentice, a new learning. Something to learn about. Excuse me, allergy season is just starting out here in Arizona. A force of women's lawyers or authority or judges coming forward. Queen of Swords. What else? This is the second week. So that would be after the full moon. The last quarter moon. Let's see. There's a tower again. Some information about what's being broken up here, what's falling apart, what's being dismantled. Sure has something to do with the Epstein files, just revealing the power plays. Still a stalemate, Not sure how to go forward. A review, a communication of, is it the files, what Congress is putting out, something like that. Comes the authority, the male authority, the lawyers, the judges. Rulings will be happening. For whom? The ones that are trying to get away with something. Seven of Swords. But this is worldwide, so there's going to be persecution, lawyers, judges. Still holding back on major decisions, though, because this Two of Swords is part of a stalemate, not being able to go forward yet till everything is analyzed. Second week. Still, it's a shake-up, wake-up kind of month in the beginning, so the old saying, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, holds true here. So having some questions about the Jupiter's going forward on the 10th. The water sign Cancer, that affects the United States Sun and Jupiter, so there's some kind of movement going forward. I hope it's not against Iran war. I hope that it's more about negotiations. Have some doubts there. Trump wanting to go forward. So the third week of March, to the 15th. Third week. What do we got going? Worldwide, the burdens everybody's carrying. The tax season is in the air. Oh yeah, we're going to get any kind of rebate from the tariffs. It's a question. Something very slow moving around the money, the economy, prospects. People prospecting, the mercenaries prospecting, lords of war. Oh, and there it is, the devil, which represents that manipulation, war, evil doing, covering things up. Oh, that shows up. And what else? Third week. Beginnings. And the Lovers. So I think it's going to be revealing the third week. What are the partners involved in all this chaos, repression of others, the wars? What partnerships are being formed around this, around the world, around the power brokers, money brokers? What affects all of us? Keeping up one's strength. I think they're trying to hold the system the way they want it to continue to go. And then there's going to be a new leader emerging. An Aries, fire sign Leo, Sagittarian. Someone emerges with the message. Third week looks a little bit more, it still looks like we're still learning all about the dark forces at play in our world. This is the wake-up call. It can change the way it goes by the way we feel and think. Pause this for a second. Okay. So we want to look at what the fourth week. Well, there's the spring equinox on the 20th. Could be a time of celebrations. Mercury goes direct. Big day for that. Sun in Aries, Mercury goes direct. So we want to see, again, we're asking about this third week. The Empress. Well, this kind of feels like things are going to get better. Growth, expansion, abundance, love. Spring usually brings happiness. But there's that stalemate card again, the Two of Swords, not able to go forward. Kind of delays, indecisions, maybe with that Mars, Venus, and Pisces. A woman that will be revealing some kind of new information. Queen of Wands. This is good for women. Having power, having a voice. There's a love card, joy, celebrations, spiritual truth. So March, third week of March looks kind of better. Keeping my fingers crossed. But here's the Seven of Swords again, which is the trickster trying to get away with something. Someone trying to conceal and get away with something. Still people under illusions, delusions, can't pick what they want. Could also be that residue, the old Pisces energy that we're leaving from the last 2.5 years. Saturn in Pisces, and then the last, 12, 16 years of Neptune in Pisces, the ruler of Pisces. Yeah, since 2012. Get how many years that is. Yeah, it's about 16. So there'll be some revelations, but still people feeling like they're not so sure about where things are going. And not so sure about how things are going. Oh, 14 years, okay. So Neptune's transit was about 14 years. So changes around that, but it'll take a couple more years for things to be visible. Neptune moves very slow. Saturn about 3 degrees a month. All right, the last week, March. I think after Venus goes into Taurus, we'll have some kind of feeling of stability again, or things are going to be a bit more mellow. Let's see, because it's not going to be a mellow year overall. This is a fire horse year. Charging forward, still this Two of Pentacles keeps, so many times they come up, I think, every week. Stretching dollars, trying to make something work, trying to find the balance. It's a money card, Two of Pentacles. Trying to juggle situations, trying to manage. People joining in groups or some kind of information about some creative groups. Because again, the merchants are paying the artists to make something. This card can represent the Freemasons. So something around the Freemasons or their fraternities. Freemasons. Well, it looks like something's going to be offered. We may not be very happy with it. We may not think it's all that. And a cup of tea. Not really happy. And why? Because the devil is involved. Coercion, manipulation, lies. Still dealing with what's hidden. What are the governments hiding? Although there's going to be a charge forward. That's the Knight of Swords, which is the Knight of Destruction. He just rushes around and cuts everything down. Some kind of destructive force. Is that the force that is unleashed by the warmongers? Probably. Eight of Wands. I wonder if I could see what country. It's still Israel and Iran or Ukraine. Something we need to be wary about. People will be talking. People will be trying to figure out the truth. Cleaning up our energy. Page of Swords. So even though Jupiter's going direct in the water sign Cancer, we still look here and see that there isn't that forward movement yet in a positive way, maybe in a destructive way, which tells me the war stuff. And here's the Tower again. So what's March going to be about? Change, disruption, revelations, change in the leaderships, people seeing the truth for what it is, not hiding behind the illusions that the politicians paint. What they're going to do, but the masks are going to come off. For those who have eyes to see, everything will be revealed. So, powerful month coming up, March, and then I think July was the other one this year, and then, of course, November, because this is an election year. And the U.S. What can we see happening with the election? What's happening now for the Democrats will be my last question here. This month, the Democrats, what are they going to be doing? Post State of the Union. The Dems, though, well, they seem to be sitting back feeling like everything's okay, relaxing with the Empress. This is the Democrats, so they don't do anything. They're still quarreling among themselves about what the plan's going to be for the Democrats, what's going to be their agenda. Not surprised. Democrats. The people will not be happy with whatever it is they offer. I think this also means they don't have any good passion or ideas to go forward with. They're still stewing, sitting under a tree, wondering what's the right one. And then here comes the money card again with the Knight of Pentacles. Money, real estate, the mercenary getting paid. So looks like the Democrats are also the corporate ones getting monies or expecting some money. I don't think it's just funding. Things that need to think about with the Hermit. Something needs to be studied better, or they need to study things better. And then here's the card of joining in, group work, creativity, projects. Well, slightly positive for the Dems, but they're still resting on how bad it's going for the other guy so that they can just sit there and wait and see what their strategy is going to be. They need to listen to the people, right? Hello. Not all of them are in that place. Self-serving, of course, politicians. All right, the Republicans, what are they up to with their shenanigans? Republicans in March. Well, they're also getting their group together, fraternities, making a plan. How they're going to go forward. Oh, the Four of Swords is a resting card, but this also can portend someone passing in that group. Could be Mitch, could be Trump, who knows, whoever is close to that time. They are on a fool's errand. The Fool. However, this can also represent a total new beginning, but they also got an attitude of la-di-da, we do what we want. You forget who they serve. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. Money, security, being paid, lining up their coffers. Illusions, delusions, lies, intrigue, Seven of Cups. So still, we don't have a great look here with the Republicans. However, Archangel Gabriel shows up blowing his horn around the truth, and people are waking up about them and their machinations and their plans and their projects. And so it don't look too good for them either. I always wonder if the Progressive Party or the Independents will form a new party, but we want to keep it a two-party system. Let's see some other way of looking. Is party system going to change? The U.S., Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Progressives, Green, whatever. Maybe Queen of Cups. There's some kind of inspiration for it, but still kind of hidden. Parties changing. There's something being organized. The lovers, people coming together. And lower this. All parties change. And wow, this is very positive with the Ace of Wands. there is a new inspiration. There's some willpower for it, the will. Something will happen. Some form, maybe 2027. Wait and see. Here's the Empress. Things are going to grow. 2027, maybe. I don't know. I just got that psychically. There's the Moon card, which means, still intrigue and that something new is growing with a third party or some other kind of something else. It might be sooner than later that we know about it. The Knight of Swords, a strong message being carried about change. So we'll see. There was so much destruction looking up here at the governments with the Tower card in the previous reads. And then going forward with the Charioteer. So energy is going forward around this idea. Yeah. Trump and UFO disclosure. Right? Maybe. All these to the side. Will the Trump administration reveal more about the UFO? Disclosure of UFOs. Will they do something this month of March? I get the 50, which is maybe. Will they reveal anything, yes or no? Month of March, the UFOs, disclosure, United States. It's a small yes. So I don't know if it's going to be the whole truth and nothing but it'll be something. There'll be some kind of positive, yes, statement about disclosure. Keeps getting a yes. So they're working on something. Of course, Trump might do it to be more popular because, that's how they roll. Politicians. That's how they roll. Okay, well, I hope this reading helps. So, big time coming up, the whole year, of course. Fire horse, energy moving forward, things being revealed, things being dismantled, new beginnings. Like and subscribe, share, helps the channel, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.